Hello and welcome to Gaming is Therapy. Today I'm bringing you episode number 4, season number 2 of our fantasy EFL football, and it's time to reveal my game week 1 team. I've been looking forward to this so much, it's unbelievable. I've changed my team more times than I've had hot dinners. It's been ridiculous. I've gone from 2-3-1 to 2-2 being my main focus, and then literally Monday I've opted for, well, we'll have to wait and see. So let's start with clubs first. So who am I going for? MK Dons and Chesterfield. Why am I going for MK Dons and Chesterfield? I love the fixtures they both have. I'm playing it safe by going at home. I didn't want to risk it for a biscuit on game week 1 for an away day. I just don't fancy the away day on game week 1. I know there's some really good fixtures out there where the away day looks phenomenal. I just don't think I've got the nerve to risk it at this point of the season. Ridiculous. I know it's game week 1. You can't lose the title. You can't define your entire season in one game week, but I'm playing it safe. So we've gone with Chesterfield. Look, they're playing Barrow. I think Chesterfield are going to have way too much for them, and it's going to be a nice home victory with a clean sheet, of course. And then the MK Dons have got Oldham. As much as I really like this fixture for the MK Dons, in the back of my mind, I have a little voice telling me Oldham are going to be the ones who spoil it for you. Oldham are going to spoil it. But I'm going to go with my faith. I believe MK Dons will win. I believe they'll get a clean sheet. I think they'll have a good start to the season. And I think they'll do well this season, like so many other teams, such as Colchester United. We'll leave it there. I was going to pick them, but it's Tranmere. Even though in recent times we have a good record against Tranmere, I don't know. Again, I've just got something niggling in the back of my head that says it might go Pete Tong. I don't think it will. I think Colchester United will have a cracking start to the home season, and they will win 3 points and be top of the league come Sunday morning, which will be fantastic. Let's not hang about. Let's look at the team. Okay, I know it's a blank screen. It's just a football pitch, but it's a lovely looking football pitch. Now we have shirts. The question is, who's wearing those shirts? So we're going to go with the goalkeeper, which is, of course, Ryan Boot from Chesterfield. Now, I'm sure there's a few people sitting there going, wait, what? I was not expecting that. And do you know what? Neither was I. So, my list of goalkeepers are quite straightforward. Matt Macey, Keeley, Tickle, Southwood. That was my list of goalkeepers. My most used in my pre-built drafts were, of course, Tickle and Matt Macey. I decided to remove Matt Macey because of the voice in the back of my head about Cole Yu. Tickle, I don't know. I just wanted to go a little bit... I don't know, if I'm honest. I can't even tell you why I ended up putting Boot in, but I did. Oh, it's because I didn't want to double up. That's why. Yes, sorry. My brain just had a meltdown. I didn't want to double up. So there's no double ups in this team, rightly or wrongly. I just didn't fancy doubling up in game week 1. I really wanted to do the Wigan link. So I suppose that leads me into the first centre-back, which is quite simple. Jason Kerr, Wigan Athletic. Last season, 44 appearances, 41 tackles, 331 clearances, and 41 blocks. Fantastic centre-back. Loved their fixture. At home to Northampton. Should probably have gone with the double up. Didn't want to risk it. And yeah, I made a choice that I wanted Kerr more than I wanted Tickle. There we go. It's that simple. Second centre-back, Oliver Casey. Can't see past this guy. Really, 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 really like this young man. I think he's a fantastic centre-back. Home fixture against what I would call a very weakened Stevenage team. I don't really fancy Stevenage to do a great deal, if I'm honest. And you can see from his statistics, 43 appearances, 75 tackles, 281 clearances, 53 blocks. He is the all-round package, and I still feel that he will be phenomenal going into game week 1. And yes, I've even made him my captain. At the moment, I am still undecided if I'm going to reward that to a midfielder or my striker. We'll have to wait and see. But as it stands at this moment in time, it is going to be Oliver Casey. And we'll go into the third centre-back, which is Connor Taylor at Bristol Rovers. At the moment, he's still at Bristol Rovers. I know there's rumours surrounding him moving away. Hopefully, he stays at Bristol Rovers until the end of the transfer window. Or actually, for Bristol Rovers fans, I hope he stays for the rest of the season because I think he'll be a big part of them going back up, which they will do, probably automatically. First, second or third, take your pick. I think they're going to be strong this season. 42 appearances last season, 64 tackles, 300 clearances, 35 blocks. In a really, really poor season, as obviously they were relegated from League 1 to League 2. I think he's a no-brainer. I really like the look of him. And he's straight in the side, in the 3 at the back, which leads us on to the midfield. Now, the midfield is going to be way fun, because we've got Wingy. Yes, the Reading midfielder, who I really think is absolutely fantastic. He was gravy last season. I think he's going to be gravy this season. And his statistics alone tell me that he's going to be phenomenal. 46 appearances, 9 goals, 10 assists, 74 key passes, 24 shots on targets. That really doesn't tell you the whole story about Lewis Wing. He is a phenomenal player. He really is a fantastic player. Racked up good points. Mr. Consistent for me. Always the 90-minute man. I expect him to have another phenomenal season, and I expect him to deliver big points game week 1. With Reading away to Lincoln, I really like that fixture for Reading. Not that much that I actually went for Reading. I just want to say that. So my team picks, my club picks are home fixtures because I wasn't risking it for a biscuit away from home. Anyway, the second midfielder. Who could it be, you wonder? Well, of course, it's Mr. Kryptonite. Yes, Luke Molyneux, Doncaster Rovers. If you followed me in season 1, you will know the love-hate relationship with Mr. Kryptonite is strong. Force is strong in this one. Honest to God. Every time I picked him, he flopped. Every time I didn't pick him, he was absolutely God tier level. It was horrific. So yes, you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, hold on. You've just told us that he was abused you all of last season and you're picking him on game week 1. Yes, I am. I know. I like to do this to myself. I really do. So last season, 45 appearances, 16 goals, 14 assists, 94 key passes, 39 shots on target. The boy has got the lot. If he could just be more consistent for me. But the step up from League 2 to League 1, I don't think it's going to be a massive issue. I still think he's going to have a phenomenal season. And the opening fixture for Doncaster is obviously Exeter a week. I don't rate them. Apologies to any Exeter fans. Doncaster are going to get off to a cracking start. And I really do think Luke Molyneux is going to have an absolute banger of a game. He's going to reel in some decent points. And hand on heart, the other reason why he's in the team, I'm still undecided on Jack Payne. He hasn't been playing pre-seasons. So at this moment in time, I'm still undecided. Look, honestly, if Jack is going to start on Saturday, Luke Molyneux will change to Jack Payne, which then there will be a massive community sigh of relief because everyone knows that Luke Molyneux is going to score massive points. If I don't get enough information or enough viable information to make the change, then unfortunately you can all shout at me in the points review comments when Luke Molyneux gets 0 points. But yes, I've gone with my Mr. Kryptonite. We'll leave it there. And let's move on to that last position, which of course is the front man. Now, this was a massive conversation with myself. I had players outlined. Of course, if you followed me in season 1, you know I had a love affair with Cheeky Cheek. Michael Cheek, I think, is fantastic. I also like a little bit of Alfie May. We won't forget to give a special mention to Kone. Even at times, we use a little bit of Woots. But yeah, there is an absolute, I want to say world-class selection of forward men in the lower leagues. Look, there's some quality players, but it was basically between Collins, Cheek, and Ibrahimovic of League 1. Yes, Yusuf Salic. Have I got that right? I'm just going to call him Ibra. It's so much easier. It was between those three, Collins, Salic, and Cheeky. And I made the punt for Collins. I'm still not 100% convinced I've gone the right way. I look at the fixtures. Look, MK Dons against Oldham. I really fancy MK Dons to get off to an absolute flying start against Oldham. I think the Cardiff fixture as well is absolutely banging for them. And I expect them to have an amazing season. Let's be honest, we don't see Cardiff outside the top 2 all season, do we? I personally don't. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment sections below. But I like the start of their season. They've got Peterborough, then Port Vale, and then Rotherham. Peterborough, to me, are very weakened. I know I shouldn't read anything into it, but Colchester United were 2-0 down against Peterborough. We came back and drew 2-2. All cards on the table with this one. Cole, you should have battered them. We were far the better side in the second half. We were all over them. Our turnovers, our energy, everything was just way, way better than Peterborough's. Now, I know it's only a friendly and we don't read too much into that, but I just don't fancy Peterborough to do much this season. I really don't. I think I'm going to leave it there. No, I just don't fancy him to do much. So I actually think that's a fantastic fixture for the League One Ibrahimovic. And I'm sure he's going to get some goals and I'm sure he's going to get some points. I really believe that. But I've gone with Collins. It's still a 50-50 if I change my mind. Let me know what you think of my team. Let me know what you think of my reasonings. Let me know what you think of my clubs. And just reassure me that I'm not deluded by dropping Tickle for Boot. That one's still playing on my mind. And I'm not quite convinced myself why I'm not going to double up. But I'm not going to double up in game week 1, which is ridiculous. Anyway, episode 5 will be community team reveal and how you can submit your team to the channel and the timeframes you need to do it in so we can make the content. Again, I said we. My wife has already told me she's not going to participate. More's the pity. She has no humour, but it is football season, so I'll let her off. So I can make the videos, I can get them out in a good timely fashion, and we can have some fun with it, because that's what it's all about. It's all about fun, having a bit of banter, having a conversation, having differing opinions. Not everyone's going to agree with my team. I don't expect everyone to agree with my team, but that's what it's about, opening up lines of communication in the comment section below, or even on X. If you don't follow me on X and you are on X, that'd be great if you did. If you don't want to, I totally understand it. We'll leave it there. And as always, I will catch you later.